Classic freestyle women's relay in the sunshine of Lago di Tesoro. Germany leading, Norway in silver and Finland in bronze, with Sweden trying to close in fourth place and being chased down by both Kazakhstan and also Russia. The Czechs also not out of it on the last leg, Markelova. But when I say not out of it, they're going for the best possible positions, because Magna Dahlin alongside me, I don't think that we need look any further than these front three teams for the medals.
No, Germany will take the gold medal, but it will be an interesting battle for the silver and the bronze medal. And Manninen will not go in front of Skofterud, and she will stay there until the stadium, I think.
The relay, well, first in the World Championships in 1954, and until 1972 it was 3 racers per team, but since then it's been 4. And Finland, well, they last won back in 1989. Norway, interestingly enough, haven't won this relay for an awful long time. I'm not saying they're going to win it today, but when I was looking back through the record books, 1982 in Oslo.
Wow.
That's a long, long time for the Norwegians not to win the women's relay.
No.
But it does emphasize the domination of the women's squads from Russia over the years. And they're going to be back, Magna, aren't they? Because there's a new generation coming, and I think by Turin it might be normal service.
Yes, I was in the Junior World Championships 2 weeks ago, and the Russian girls team and the Russian boy team was extremely strong. They had, especially by the boys, they had one of us 13th in the World Cup race for seniors in Kavgolovo this year, and already in 1 or 2 years they will be back with full power.
I suppose it's not a surprise, really. I mean, we think of every Norwegian being born on skis, but the Russians have got, what, 1 million cross-country skiers?
Yes. And also from the championships for juniors, it was interesting to see that the new head coach for the Russian junior team was Alexei Prokhorov, and he was making an excellent job with the juniors. And
few have got his experience of big championship racing.
Yes.
But Germany through. The gap looks pretty solid for Evie Sackenbacher, and I don't think at the moment that she's going to be needed to sprint all the way to the finish. The way it's looking to me now, Magnus, she can pick up that German flag at the top of the finish straight and take one of those moments of rejoicing and taking in all the fans and flags.
It's also interesting to see that for Sackenbacher, she can win the sprint race.
11 there, that's Gavriluk getting to grips there with Anna Dahlberg of Sweden. The Russians going past the Swedes and past the Kazakhs, but it's all happening, I'm afraid, a little bit too late, because there's barely 3,000 meters to go to the end of the race. And going up the hill there for Kazakhstan, it's Malova, Svetlana Malova. And the Kazakhs, though, this is a respectable performance from them. And I wonder whether this is finally the inspiration of Smirnov coming through to all their cross-country skiers. Because, of course, it never happens overnight. It takes 4 or 5 years at least.
Yes, and it's the inspiration, that's correct. And also in the junior championships, it was 2 men from Kazakhstan who was fighting for the medals there. So you're absolutely right.
Good that the world sport is developing, and Magna's going to be with us all through the week, so we've got lots to talk about, not least the weekend pursuit races. You can call them duathlons, you can call them skiathlons, you can call them pursuits, which I still think is a good name for them, but quite controversial that both gold medal winners in those races have suggested that they're not too keen on that particular format.
No, and that's because they think it's too big a risk for accidents, and that they will fall and go together with other racers, and they feel that they are out of the competition. And I understand what they mean, but we also have to think about what people want to see looking at cross-country sports, and if the marketing people and public want to see skiathlon, I think we have to go further with it.
And maybe we'll talk also about the possibility of as they do in long-distance track races in track and field. Maybe we should have 2 semi-finals with smaller fields and then the best 15 going through later in the week to the finals. That's something you can talk to us about. We have our email address. Magna and myself would love to hear from you at ski@infovoice.de, ski@infovoice.de. Your questions are always welcome. This is for you as we see Evie Sackenbacher, and she does look terrific here, not giving up at all. She's really keeping that foot hard down and not giving any hope whatsoever to Maninen, who's now gone ahead of Skofterud. Now, Magna, coming into the stadium, I'd rather be behind than in front. But is Maninen going to try and make it all the way from here?
I was surprised that she was going up in front now. I thought she would stay in back and then come into the stadium area. Maybe she feels stronger than Skofterud and want to try in this uphill. Let's see what's happening now. She's going with a maximum speed, and Skofterud can still follow quite easy. So I think Maninen will stop at the top and try to have Skofterud in front again.
Yes, Pia Maninen, 175 centimeters, 59 kilos, and Skofterud, 169, 64 kilos. So not too different in stature and power.
No.
But this is fascinating. This is cat and mouse stuff now, and who wants it most could be the real deciding factor. Who's going to hurt themselves to get that higher value medal? The three away from the rest. And Evie's just got to keep focused. I suppose it's all too easy, isn't it, when you're out here and you think you're almost home. Just a moment's lack of concentration, and like Hilda Pedersen, you can be down.
Yeah, but for Evie, I think everything is okay now. We have to mention that Pirjo Maninen is the former world champion in sprint racing, so she is a very good sprinter for the finish here. And also Skofterud makes some good sprint races. That will be a big battle for the silver medal.
Yes, we've got the likes of Becky Scott, who's going to be in the sprint, and Anita Moen, and Evie Sackenbacher, and Pirjo Maninen. We're only really missing Julia Topalova, who, of course, started her family at the beginning of the year. But look at this.
Yeah.
Maninen really suddenly puts the gun in, puts the extra gear in, and goes 2, 3, 4, 5 meters away from Skofterud. There's the obligatory flag, and there's an awful lot of clear snow behind Evie Sackenbacher, and the Olympic champions are about to be crowned the world champions. They were 4th in Lahti and 3rd in 1999 in Ramsau, but the German women's team are about to add the gold medal in the championships. Manuela Henkel, Viola Bauer, Claudia Kunzel now hug Evie Sackenbacher, and we're on the fight for second place. Skofterud counter-attacking now, but the angle is foreshortening. Maninen is a good 15 to 20 meters away, and this looks very good. Great kick, 200, 300 meters from home, Magna, yes, and she's made that silver her own.
And I think we will see a good race from Maninen also in the sprint race. That will be interesting.
So Pirjo Maninen, Kaisa Varis, Verpi Kutunen and Rika Servio are the silver medalists, with Norway's Anita Moen, Marit Bjørgen, Hilda Pedersen and Vibeke Skofterud taking the bronze. Another success for the Jochen Belle machine.
Yes, they have made a fantastic work in German cross-country skiing. They have very, very good teams. They are training good. They have good waxers. They have good coaches, and they are worth everything now.
And the Russians, well, their problems, Magna, on those two first classic legs. Korostoleva and Zavialova, both of them in trouble, and leaving Budakina and Gavriluk far too much to do.
Yes, they made a mistake with the wax at the two first laps.
Kazakhstan, brilliant, I think, to finish 5th. I think that's a really good result for the Kazakh quartet of Kolomina, Antonova, Yatskaya and Malahova. And that will boost them. They've taken an important scalp. Sweden, Eck, Anderson, Olsen and Dahlberg down in 7th place. Perhaps a little bit disappointing. I had been looking for them to get a little bit higher, even a bronze medal. I was hoping for them, and they haven't got a medal in the Swedish camp in the World Championships for women since 1995. But Italy, again, I'm afraid sickness rather destroying their chances.
And there we have the French team.
The French who've had one or two good juniors, Storti Bourgeois, Elodie Bourgeois, junior world medalist, and then Annick Vaxelaire-Pierrel, the experience in the quartet, and Emily Wiener. It's relatively a young team.
There we have the bronze medal team from Salt Lake last year, Switzerland.
Yes, Switzerland's Andrea Huber. Well, she's also had a sore throat. Serena Michel, the very good under-23 champion from Bormio, skiing the second egg. Laurence Rochard, who's had an inflamed foot, and Natasha Cortese not able to make up the lost time. But a good race, but it could have been Norway's, couldn't it? We have to reflect on the fall of Hilda Pedersen, because when you actually look at the end of the race, and I'm just going to try and bring up those times, Germany beating Finland by 23 seconds and Norway 31 off the pace. It's not just the time she was lost, the momentum, the concentration, the spirit in the team.
But we don't know how much faster Sackenbacher could have gone with...
Absolutely true.
I think she could have 10-15 seconds faster if necessary.
So take nothing away from the German team. I was mentioning Jochen Belli. He is the team manager, and he's the man who you see more often than not on the television and the headlines. But there are an awful lot of good coaches in that squad who've made the German team a formidable team now to take on.
And they are young also, the athletes in the German team, so they will, with good training and good coaching, they will be on the top for many years from now on.